I just spoke to one of the riders now who came out and found his motorcycle on the back of the tow truck. I asked him, where did you come from? He said the condo building. I asked him, don't they have parking inside? Because I can see a lot of empty space inside their parking. He said it's too expensive. But now he will pay 2,000 pesos for the illegal parking, plus another maybe 1,500 for the towing. So that's a lot more expensive than what he would have paid to use the parking lot of the condo building. Good morning everyone. Today the MMDA are in Barangay Socorro, where the Barangay took the team to 5th Avenue. Apparently there's been a lot of complaints about illegally parked vehicles on this street. You'll see the tickets have been left under the windscreen wiper. Unattended illegal parking, 2,000 pesos. There's going to be a lot of vehicles ticketed along here. And if you're wondering about signages, there are lots of signs. No parking this side. So I think it's impossible that drivers aren't aware. It's not just cars that are being ticketed, it's also motorcycles. Thankfully they all have license plates, because if there's no plate you can't write a ticket. The ticketing continues over here. Look at how low this Mercedes is when you look at the cars parked around it. Anyway, everyone's being ticketed and I think they're going to start towing shortly. And here comes the tow trucks now. I think they have 15 trucks with them, and sometimes they'll come back for a second round or a third round. Even in front of the gates, there are vehicles parked here. I know a lot of people don't like that, being blocked from their own gates. Once you get further along the street, there's actually vehicles parked on both sides. No more sidewalk for pedestrians, so all of these vehicles are also being ticketed. Some of the drivers have come out, meaning they can take a ticket and move the vehicle themselves instead of being towed away. Although this sidewalk is kind of nonsense because it was converted to a ramp to access the parking of this private property. It should be flat so pedestrians can actually walk along it without having, major discomfort. You'll see the tow truck coming in to pick up this one now. They give an unofficial 5-minute courtesy. They're not actually required to give that, but they do. And while the MMDA are writing out the tickets, the barangay enforcers are managing traffic and making sure that everyone's pulled through without being inconvenienced. And you'll see some of the motorcycles are already going on the tow trucks also. It seems that most of these vehicles are owned by people on a nearby condo building. From what I could see inside, they do have a lot of empty spaces in their parking lot, but maybe it's too expensive to buy the space compared to parking outside, or maybe these are just visitors. I'm not really sure, but either way there's a lot of signs that say no parking, so the vehicles are going up on the tow trucks now. Another MC there going on the back of the tow truck. The steering is locked, so they have to carry it. There's actually a lot of physical work involved in towing, and most of the time they're under the hot sun. So it's not easy, but it's a job, and hopefully it decongests the roads. That's the idea of this, removing illegally parked vehicles that cause traffic and congestion. One frustrating thing is that if you park your motorcycle or car on the sidewalk, you get a ticket, you get towed. But if you leave these kind of obstructions on the sidewalk every day, there's really no punishment. You just roll it away and then roll it back later. Here's another vehicle that was already picked up, ready to take to Tumana in Marikina. Quezon City do actually deputize their barangays to issue traffic citation tickets, violation tickets. Next to this vehicle, you'll see an impound notice. That's what the driver will see once they come outside. And they're just getting ready to pick this one up now. As usual, the towing crew will take their own photos, their own videos, especially if there's damage on the vehicle, so that if there's a complaint later, they can show it already happened. The damage was already there before we towed your vehicle. I just spoke to another rider and asked him how much does it cost if you pay for parking inside the condo building. He said he thinks it's around 2,000 per month, which seems pretty reasonable to me, because It's secure, they have security, they have cameras, and you won't get a ticket because even one ticket is 1,000 pesos or 2,000 pesos, and if you get towed away, it's even more expensive. Honestly, I'm so surprised to see so many vehicles being towed away. Usually drivers will come out and move them, and that makes me worry. What if there was a big fire? If people aren't coming out and moving their vehicles, where would the fire trucks go? My goodness, that's something to think about. And there's another one on the back of the tow truck. No parking. The driver of the Mercedes got lucky because they ran out of tow trucks, and they're going to allow both of these vehicles to leave without being towed. The tow trucks are coming back, but since the drivers came, they're going to let them drive away.